Did you know that Anchor is the easiest way to make a podcast? Let me explain. It's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone, the palm of your hand, or use a computer if you want. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you. For Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with absolutely no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Start by downloading the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. That's ANCHOR.FM to get started.
Styles, what's happening, brother?
Whew. What it do?
What's good, brother?
No, I got to change. I don't know why this thing keep on. Hold on.
Let me settle into the queue, boy. Got to bring all my, all my research with me, man.
What research you talking about, sir?
I've been in deep thought about this conversation, man. I've been fighting people about this conversation, brother. I'm telling you, man. When I say this is a labor of love on this conversation, because I just don't understand how it be.
Let me see the title of this shit again.
Why do black men date white women? That's a short version of it. It's a short version of it because I couldn't put the whole thing in there that I wanted to get in there. Why are people so upset with it? Why is it such a controversial topic? It's really what I was getting at, and so tonight, that's what I want to get off. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we can find some like-minded people, or some not like-minded people. Either way, we're gonna have to bring them to the fold today, man. Tonight is the night that we get some understanding, some clarification, and you know what I'm saying. Either set me straight or set these people straight, one or the other. But that's what we here to do, man. Let me know when you're ready to rock and roll.
I'll just make sure I share these with my beginning routine.
Yeah, that in.
I actually need an app. What is there an app? I can
share them all at one time.
Not necessarily. Well, I can share it to like Twitter, Instagram, and regular Facebook at one time. I can do that, but I mean like 5 or 6 podcast groups on the Facebook also, and I can share it to all the groups at one time.
Okay.
So I gotta. So once I share, I gotta go right back in
and do it again.
Another one and do them all over. Do it again because it closes out.
Yeah, man. This topic is near and dear, and I'm ready to take off. I want to hear your thoughts on it too, man. Let me get my all my screens up and popping. You know what I'm saying? I got notes, but I don't actually write notes or type notes, or you know what I'm saying?
Almost wasn't up for this, man. I was thinking good as mud before this my alarm went off.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. In this one, tonight, it was definitely one of them situations where I had to readjust my thing. I want to know if stereo stopping all my people from populating there. I used to have I'm just saying stereo. But tonight's topic, you know what I'm saying? I want with much ado time. Why do the topic is why do black men date white women? That was the most that I could put in there. The whole topic is why are so many people upset about black men dating white women? I don't hear the same thing when it comes to black women dating white men. I don't hear this, you know what I'm saying? Oh, well, that's all they do, and yada yada yada. So tonight is, you know what I'm saying, is to find out, you know what I'm saying, what do you think about it? And then if you got a thought about it, why do you feel that way? Uh, it's not a race thing or anything like that. It's basically a thing of understanding why we think the way we think. I have mulled this over with my friends, and we don't came up with we've been at it. You know what I'm saying? Uh, a lot of my women friends different from my male friends, but the one thing I want to really pin down is why do we allow skin color to separate us? And I know the obvious reason. Racism is the obvious reason, but I'm talking about in the standard of where two people come together, they in love, and they feel like this is what they want to do. Why do we allow that to separate us, or what is the meaning behind it? So tonight's conversation is: do you think, as you're a black man, is there something wrong with dating a white woman? If you're a white woman in the queue, we want to know how you feel about dating a black man, or have you dated one, and have you had any trials and tribulations as you have dated them? The one thing
Also,
I
if you
love,
want any tips or tricks on how to get you one, you know what I mean?
right. If you want some tips and want to know little tips and tricks to how you can get you a black man or a black woman if you're a white guy, you know what I'm saying? Let us know, man. We here to inform and help and, you know what I'm saying, moderate conversation tonight. This one been laying on my heart for a man who have dated multiple Caucasian women. Myself, I saw some difference in the way you know what I'm saying, we was raised and different things of that nature right there. But at the same time, I haven't saw anything that should stand in front of love. If you in love with somebody from the opposite culture, how do you make that leap? What do you say to your family members who are like, oh my God, you know, I'm from down south. The quote from down south was, "Don't bring nobody home if they can't use the same comb." That was the quote my whole life growing up. So when I did it, of course you have those family members who absolutely love you and adore you. So they're not going to do anything to push to the left. We all got that auntie or that uncle or that cousin who just going to always be out of pocket, no matter what. They're always out of pocket, man. So tonight, help us with this conversation, man. We want to feel how you feel and understand how you understand it, and you know what I'm saying, try to get some off our chest and, you know what I'm saying, generate a conversation that, you know, can help me in my two relationships with a Caucasian woman. They didn't work out well because I married an African American woman. But let's see what we get. We're gonna go to the queue, and then we'll just keep the conversation moving. This one dear to my heart, so I'm gonna have a lot to say.
I am the type of guy that end up, dating several Caucasian women, and the thing is that something that happened to me in my past that made it that it makes it kind of difficult to date black women. And also because I'm like the nerdy-ish type of guy, it makes it easier for me to date white women or other women outside of my race than black women, because the usual kind of black women, especially in my area, want the thuggish type, and I'm not really much about that.
Okay, all right, Artie, that's what's up. I feel that that's definitely that. I'm gonna go and let Artie get his second one in. I think he dropped two because it cut him off. Let me go back.
Let's just say what ended up happening in my past in middle school is that, it happened 3 times, these black chicks that end up doing certain things to me that I wouldn't approve and wouldn't be approved if it was the other way around. And this half Hispanic, half white chick actually is the first one that, brought me into like around her group and was kind to me, and I made best friends with like certain people in that group. So I guess she imprinted on me.
Ooh. Okay, so I've heard the stereotype of excuse me, that some black women do not like dating for lack of a better term, a nerd, a bookworm, or he's less aggressive on the surface than others. He's less boisterous than others. I still look at that and say, well, how do you know that guy or that person is not for you? So I come from a different kind of background. I come from a Christian household. My parents and grandparents told me to love everybody. And I ended up going to a school that was academy school for baseball. And it was more white orange. So, of course, this is how I look at it. If you're around a certain race more than your race, you're probably going to date the majority of the women that you're around. That's how I look at it. I don't have debates and differences from that group. But you know what I'm saying, Artie, sometimes, when you're in high school, you don't know no better. You know what I'm saying, too. But at the same time, I would tell you that shouldn't stop you from ever pursuing any any black women or allowing black women to pursue you. I think we have to sometimes go outside the box. But no, I
bars.
Appreciate that, brother. The way I look at it is that, don't allow yourself to be put in a box. Why? So after they did what they did, was it just you got to a point where you didn't like, you just cut off black women in general because you felt like, well, since y'all call me nerdy, I'm just gonna be out of it? Or do you feel like, hey, since y'all didn't like me, I'm just done? So let me know, what it is, Me personally, I wouldn't let nobody, cut me off, but I understand how you might feel behind it. Was it like because they didn't want you no more, or you felt like you was useless? What was it? What you got to say about this style? He said, did you hear his comment?
A little bit.
Basically, he said his comment, he dated multiple Caucasian women, and he said the reason why he went that route was because he was a little more nerdy, less, very reserved, and that didn't seem to be the African American women he was around cared for him, so he went to the other race. How do you feel about that? And let us know if you got any insight on it.
Listen, already soft, you know what I mean? Already black.
Wow.
He always been soft.
Wow, that's where you going with this?
Yeah.
Yeah, that. Hold on.
Too much of a real woman for him, you know what I mean?
Hold on. What? Oh my God. Hey man, shout out to Artie, bro. Hey, just let everybody know all these comments are not supported by Stereo. They're only by me and Styles. So in your opinion, Artie was soft, and that's why that happened.
And it was. He is currently.
Also, current tense. That what you would suspect it is.
My personal belief. You know what I mean?
God damn. So
we're gonna get more into it. I told you I already got, my I'm trying to let people get their shit off.
Right. I want it.
Gotta have this discussion on what I think the problem is. What I'm almost pretty sure the problem is. Ooh.
I'm definitely trying to.
I take that back. Not saying it's a problem, right? Whoever you choose to date, hey, people, look. Regardless of whatever the fuck I say in here, it's a disclaimer. You know what I mean? This is the standard LA South disclaimer. Right?
Oh Lord!
Whatever you choose to do, you choose to do. It ain't nothing personal. We're not racist. Not discriminating.
No. This definitely
anything
not
like that. You can date
right.
who you want to date. Talk. You know what I mean? You can do all that. right?
Right.
But this is like real talk though. Like we gonna try to get to the best of what this whole shit is about. So I might say
Absolutely.
something that come off a certain way, but that don't mean like I'm trying to be hurtful or whatever the case is. All right.
Absolutely. Just a disclaimer. We don't. The question is based around because a lot of people think that the African American man, from the women that I have polled, have said it seems to be when the African American man becomes successful, he turns away from his African American women and goes to a Caucasian woman, which is in some parts that is true. So we want to understand what you think, if that's happened to you, why it happened to you. I have several, a plethora of different reasons why. We just want to get in and more engaged. So as the conversation, unfolds, we can have different levels to it. So that's why LA's letting you know from it. This don't have nothing to do with race, but it does have something to do with race. It's not racist, but it has something to do with race. Go ahead, Styles.
I don't know. You got somebody in the queue. We'll get them
Okay, let me go.
Maybe got something to say before I let loose this clip.
All right.
Nah, it's not really much about being soft. Is that even I have chicks that are also black that are nerdy too, and they're dating like Caucasian guys or dating outside their race, which is 100% fine. I'm like cool with it. I've met even other guys that date, other women outside their race, white women, Hispanic women, whatever. But it has more of that concept of, yes, being nerdish, plus adding on top of the fact of, the stuff that they did twice in middle school, once in high school. So that's why I'm like not really gravitating towards them. It's more like they kind of push me away.
Okay. Let's go back. Let's go to the queue. We're gonna get these out of here. I appreciate that comment, Artie. Shout out to Artie.
Yeah, man, this is a dope topic, but I feel like y'all ain't gonna like me after this conversation. I ain't say you ain't gonna like me, but
Go ahead, King.
I have 4 children, 3 baby moms. One of them is white. The other 2 are black. And I've dated black women, white women, Spanish, Asian, whatever. I've been dating women my entire life. So, I definitely have an idea. My idea is different, I'm sure, than a lot of people. Why I'm not interested in, I won't say dating or being with, I'm just going to say procreating. 100% black woman. If the woman's, both of her parents are black, I don't want nothing to do with it. You gotta have a little something in there for me.
Hey, King, bruh. Hey, bruh, the one thing we love about this is we want everybody authentic truth. Hey, brother,
you know who that
you
is,
don't gotta agree with it. Huh?
You know who that is, right?
Who that?
Your boy Gemini from the military?
Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
With the ginormous count, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. Hey, thank you for it, man. Hey, King Gemini, bro, you family. You can say what the hell you want to say, bro. Ain't nobody gonna censor you here.
Hey, Gemini, look, I'm gonna get off real soon, and women to a degree ain't gonna like what I gotta say, but I'm just trying to let people get their shit off. It's gonna come off hurtful, it might come off a certain way, and I mean every word of it, but it's not with the intent to be hurtful. So I'm gonna get my shit off. Go ahead, get your shit off, bro.
Hey, man. Hey, bro. Speak your piece, bro. You ain't gonna have nobody over here saying nothing, bro. We don't censor nobody conversation. Let's go to the queue, and then we're gonna get into this, man. Hey, King Gemini, bro. You at home, bro. Take your shoes off. Put your feet up, bro. Let's get it.
But the sad thing is that not really a lot of, men do date outside the race. It's only like 9%. So, men are more race loyal. You will have those,
That's not factual.
exceptions to the rules, and that's completely fine.
I mean, I already. I mean, that's not really for all of my friends, and you know what I'm saying. I've been an athlete, so I had all my athlete friends. They a plethora of women, and all different race. So I think it's all about if the people around you are more similar. For me, I love women. I don't care what color you is. That's my take on it. But we're gonna come back. Let's get all the comments out the queue, and then we'll unfold.
You know, it's crazy whenever people, especially black women, say stuff like, when black men get successful, they leave black women behind. It ain't really that. That's not true on both sides. First side is 80% of highly successful black men that make six figures or more are married to black women. Not only are they married, but they're married to black women. So that whole idea about black men being successful and leaving black women behind is absolutely false, for one. For two, if black men did leave black women behind, there's a reason behind it. It has nothing to do with black women being too strong or anything else. It has everything to do with other things. We can get into it. I know y'all gonna ask, we're gonna get into it, but black men aren't scared of black women, and especially after we become successful, that's not how it works.
True. Big facts.
And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of black women that I've seen that are, pretty damn good looking. It's not like I'm saying that, they not good looking. They are. It's just they're like, there's nothing more that they could give me, as in not my type. You understand what I'm saying? It's not that I don't think there's some drop dead gorgeous ones out there. It's just not my thing.
Okay, let's get to the queue.
Man, y'all know I'm out of order for coming up in here and not shouting out the homies. Y'all always make me feel like I'm at home, man. I enjoy the show every time I come up in here. Shout out to homie LA Styles. Shout out to homie Black Knight 24. It's going down. It is King Gemini. You feel me? Heartbreak Kid himself. And here I am once again tuning in. And I'm definitely going to keep it real. Y'all know I'm going to keep it real. I'm going to keep it motherfucking real. Let's get it.
Man, appreciate that. Let's get it, bro. Let's get it. I could go a lot of ways with this, but sometimes you got to turn the mic over to other people. That, you know what I'm saying, they got their clip ready. Now, you know what I'm saying, Styles, I'm gonna let you. The mic is hot for you, bro. Go ahead and tune it up.
Listen, man. Listen, bro. Going off what Gemini said, right? Boom. I don't think that to be true, right? But it's almost like soon as you see it, right? So like by it being like whatever the race is, white, black, Hispanic, as soon as you see them go from who they were before being famous or a celebrity or having money or rich or whatever the situation is that leveled them up. So when you see them level up and go to another race, they automatically throw that card on. Oh man, black people just, you know what I mean, dating white people. If it's a white dude, man, why he dating a black woman? You know what I mean? Oh, Hispanic dude, what you doing, bro? You ain't even Hispanic. They don't even care who you dating when you Hispanic. As long as she ain't Hispanic, you got a problem. You could date any other Hispanic damn near, as long as, but she got to be Hispanic. Or man, what you doing? It's like, bro, he only like the 10th dude in the world that done did it. But they put it out there like, man, just be doing that. Or women just be doing that. Like, it's just like a thing that once you level up, you just go to another race. That's not it. That's not it. All right? Stop throwing that card on me. And in this particular case, stop throwing that card on black men. That's not it. As soon as they level up, they just don't go to a white one. Right?
True.
Now, this is going to be a little bit hurtful. It's going to be hurtful to hear. All right. Listen, I am the LA style. You know what I mean? For we are the initiated. Best believe that I am part of the initiated. All
Yes,
right?
sir.
My shit is gonna be blunt. It's gonna be direct, but I am gonna throw some spice on it. It's gonna be a little bit zesty, although there is some seriousness in my jet. All right, I'm playing, but there's seriousness in between that. Like I'm serious, but I'm not trying to be like this ain't Oprah, this ain't Dr. Phil type shit. All right, boom. Black women, y'all don't know when to shut up, dog. Y'all gotta tone it down. You be doing too much.
God damn. Go ahead.
Right. Now, listen, bro. What's crazy? That was me toning it down.
I know.
My words carefully when I just.
I already know it.
Bro, listen, man. Black women got a natural fire in them, and it could be from decades or centuries. Well, probably I'll give it decades, but I ain't lived centuries, so I'll at least say decades. I'm almost 40. To say that Black women seem to have been in a position, not saying other women haven't, in a position to be the head of household a lot of times with how minority homes, Black people homes have normally been broken up or tore down. You know what I mean? With like the separation. Everybody know about the separation in the Black people household for the most part. You know what I mean? That normally comes, right? So boom. Black women have to step up to take care of their kids, to take care of their family, and kind of move on. In that process of that happening, though, Black women have damn near, and I'm not saying other races have it or whatever's going on. I'm not of another race outside of Native, so I'm not saying that this don't happen to y'all, but we're not speaking on that right now. I'm speaking on particularly in this particular case, the black men situation going towards quote unquote picking white women, right? So a lot of times the women end up becoming like an alpha because they're like the male and female in their household. I can tell you, listen, if I make it, now me, I have African American lady, you know what I mean? If I made it and my experiences have been the angry Black woman, quote unquote, the angry Black woman type of deal, normally people who make it, that's something that they probably wouldn't necessarily choose to deal with on a sometimey basis. It depends on that man, right? If I'm on TV, if we're at these events, if I'm trying to promote something, because now I'm in business, I'm trying to do this, we can't always have a domestic dispute. We can't always be arguing back and forth, yelling, you flashing tires and shit like that. Nobody want to go through that.
God damn.
And when you get to a certain level, because that don't tone down. Because that woman is gonna be who she is. That shit don't tone down, bro. Not saying that it never tones down. Not saying it never. But there's gonna always be that fire because she's like trying to be like an alpha. In most black people households where there's like where there's a Black man and a Black woman, if she's more like an alpha, that it is always a button of the head in that household. I can almost guarantee you. There's gonna always be a button because she's have a very strong opinion or strongly opinionated, and then the man is just naturally comes off like he's an alpha. You know what I mean? And niggas be like, man, you can't get the last word, you can't do this, that, and the other, so and so. But she feel the same motherfucking way. Next thing you know, we butting heads. She ain't backing down. Now you ain't backing down. Not to argue fast. Now y'all into it. Now whatever. Niggas throwing clothes. Now people fighting and shit like that. Not saying that. You know what I mean? Me saying that they fight could be just a dude getting his ass beat. You know what I mean? Because he didn't want to fight a woman. But, you know what I mean? Been there. You know what I mean? And when you just get to a certain, you don't want that. It's almost like the reverse effect. Like, Caucasian women have known to just kind of be more passive. Black women, they kind of like opposites. Black women normally come off aggressive to a degree. And they say white women are kind of passive to a degree. Right? So, the same thing that they put on Black men, they put on white men. Like, why would he go date a Black woman? Why would he date a Hispanic? Because he needs somebody that's not that passive. maybe that particular black man that picked a white woman doesn't do well with somebody as aggressive as he is. Hell, maybe that's for the best. Maybe, you know what I mean? You don't need an alpha man and an alpha woman all the fucking time. Not saying that woman can't be a leader, but there's some women, you know what I mean? That might be like, I came up in the hood. And I deal with a lot of, not saying me in particular, but let's say I came up in the hood. And I dealt with a lot of very strong, opinionated black women, single mothers, or whatever the case is. And it's just always been what it is. When I get to a certain level in life where I'm exposed to more variations in race, right? As I'm coming up, or wherever I'm leveling up, better job, better area, better house, I'm living in the better area, better whatever the case, and I'm exposed to more variety of women, right? If I'm in a hood, there's not a huge variety. Not saying that there's only black people, but there's not a huge variety, right? In most people's hoods, it's wherever you at. You know what I mean? If I'm on the hood on the south side, it's probably gonna be more Hispanic. If I'm on the hood on the north or the east side, it's probably gonna be more African American. If I'm at the hood on the north side or the far north side, then I'm going to be introduced to more Caucasians with other races in there. Always, there's more races in there, but there's always like a majority and a minority on whatever side of town you stay at or whatever area you stay in, right? If I move outside of the area, now I'm exposed to a different group as far as the percentages go of race. So who's to say that when I'm leveling up or moving around, that now I'm getting exposed to, this race is like this race is like this, and then I just end up talking to a few of them, and then I just end up vibing with somebody that's not in my race. She connects with the type of woman that I, as an individual, needed. Right? If I have a very strong alpha personality, maybe I don't need a very strong alpha personality in a female. It didn't matter what that race was. I need somebody that can take the back seat and let me lead. That's the personality that I need because of my own personality. How can you knock that person for finding what they need? But if he stayed in his same situation and end up being in a domestic situation and then fuck around and going to jail, you be calling him a whole ass nigga.
God dang.
But then if he try to get out of that situation, like, man, I just been personally having bad experience with this group, this race of females, so let me just get to, you know what I mean, let me just try something else, because this is all I know. Let me try something else. And if he vibe with something else, then they put the stigma on him, like, oh man, why you always dating outside Drake? Because nigga, I'm gonna end up going to jail. You got somebody you want to hook me up with or something? Like, I don't know, man.
Okay. All right.
Finding the wrong one. You ever had a friend or a family that just it seemed like they always just chose the wrong motherfucker?
I feel you on that.
How many women in your family that you know that keep on choosing what you would deem to be bum ass niggas, like back to back to back to back to back bum ass niggas?
Sheesh. Okay.
And you like, man, I wish they did something else, but who knows? Maybe it's the air, along with them and their choices. Maybe it's also their environment that this is what this area produces. A bunch of bum ass niggas. You know what I mean? What's she supposed to choose to do? She don't want to be lonely. You know what I mean? So if she come across somebody treating her nice, that might be outside of the other race at that particular time, and she's vulnerable, she might just lean more towards that at that point in time. So now they vibe long term and make something. Should she be ridiculed for dating now outside of her race? Now that she getting herself together, now that this person has brought all this positivity to her, for whatever the reason, whatever the race that he might be, now it's like, oh man, now that you made it, now you're dating outside your race. What's wrong with you? The black man wasn't good enough? To a degree, no, he wasn't. For her, in her situation, for her environment, no, he wasn't. Out of it, she was a single parent, dating with y'all. She was a single parent. Nobody spoke nothing good or did nothing good until this motherfucker. Hey, applaud that nigga.
Dang.
But
okay.
It's all in the individual. But we're gonna go to the.
Let's go to the queue and then. Hey,
I got some more on that.
I can feel it, bro. We're gonna go to the queue. Ladies and gentlemen, why do I had to, when you're doing a show, they won't allow you to write the whole topic. Why do black men date white women, or why are people upset with black men dating white women? There's a lot of stereotypes out there. Let us know if you're somebody who currently date a Caucasian male or female. Let us know how it feels. Let us know what you run into and your differences and things. And if you did date one and it didn't work, let us know why. Get in the queue. Let's have the discussion, man. Let's go to the queue.
Listen, man, I'm gonna be honest, especially the type of person that I am that's dated lots of different races in different places on the earth. You know what I'm saying? I don't tolerate disrespect from nobody. I don't care what you've been through. I don't care what your mama been through. I don't care what your auntie been through. If you have issues loving me, if you have issues taking care of me, if you have issues, putting me first and my issues first in your life, being a steward for my health and my being, if that's too much for you, then I can't fuck with you. And more often than not, black women have excuses as to why they cannot take care of a black man. Why it's okay for them to belittle, be rude, be disrespectful, not check their tone, and the list continues to go on. This has nothing to do with being strong. This has everything to do with being ignorant. That's the reason why I'm not fucking with them. You know what I'm saying? Who wants to deal with somebody that's ignorant?
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Hey, just to get it out there, this is not about racism or anything like that. We want to know. This is always a conversation. If you've ever been in an interracial dating scene, you have had the looks, you have had the stares, you have had the comments, and if you haven't, you might have been around somebody who gave those comments or didn't give those comments. There's a lot of reasons why black men say they do. There's a lot of reasons why black women say black men do. Tonight is where you lay your claim in. This is where you lay your factual information in and your thoughts and your opinion. Let's go to the queue.
You see, the whole issue and our problem with this, the only time that he ends up, dating outside his race is when he's already, on the come up, is completely BS. Now, the thing is, even with this chick that I'm even talking to right now, she knows because she's half white, half, Mexican. Like,
okay,
something that her grandmother told her is that you never get an already made man. Why? Because he already has a woman. You get yourself a man in the making. A lot of these black women want an already made man. And they don't realize that, they kind of F that up. So that's why other races of women end up getting with black men.
Goddamn, Artie, they coming for you, brother. I can tell you that. You better run and hide.
I do not co-sign whatever he said, not saying I disagree. You know what I mean? But Artie's opinion is his own. Make sure y'all hit him on Instagram in his DM. Let him know how y'all feel. Again, this isn't to be racist. This isn't to belittle anybody or any race. Alright? We just keeping it real. Like, trying to, come to the table, let's talk about it. That type of shit. It's not to piss anybody off, to get anybody mad. Whatever your opinion is, we're going to play it, we're going to react to it, or whatever the case is, and we're going to keep it moving to the next episode tomorrow. All right, it's just a discussion. Not to hurt anybody's feelings, again.
Definitely. Now, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get some pushback. Now, me personally, I know black women on both sides of the spectrum. I mean, this is not to say this is the majority. This is to say the group of women that he's been around or they've been around, that's how they feel. I'm pretty sure you ask them, they know a lot of beautiful black women who's not like that as well. So we're not sitting here saying we bashing black women or bashing white women. We're giving our opinions and our perception on what we've been through in life. So, hey, we love everybody. And I definitely love my queens. But we all have flaws. We all have things that we got to work on. So tonight's conversation is, pull up a chair, lean your ear. If something, even somebody step on your toe and the shoe fit, hey, maybe that's the time to check yourself and look at yourself. If they don't step on your toe and it don't fit, let us know why it don't fit and push back on the narrative. Hey, everybody can say what they feel and how they feel, man. Let's get to the queue.
And this is crazy because he's talking about women have a really strong opinion, black women, and it's not that it's unacceptable in my book for a black woman to have a strong opinion, because that's how we raise our children. This is how our girls are being raised, right? To be opinionated, to not fall into no box, to break molds, to be trendsetters. But when you have a relationship, that has to be a common goal. That relationship has to be the foundational element in your life. And that foundation is what sets the rules. You know what I'm saying? All that got to be checked. There got to be something that's more important when you with your man. You got to be comfortable knowing that you don't got to be like that. And if you're not, niggas not going to want to be with you. I don't want to be with a woman that has problems identifying when and when not to be aggressive, or put the weight of the world on their shoulders. Sometimes you got to spread that shit out.
Facts. Let's go.
Now, let's just be real. Just because that black woman is opinionated and everything else, that don't mean she motherfucking alpha. That just means she ignorant and don't know when to shut the fuck up.
Goddamn King.
Now let's think about the situation I was in before. I think I told you about it on Xbox, about that chick that I was messing around with before at the anime convention, and she was Caucasian. And the thing is, her roommate, it looked like either she was half black or she just like was, light skinned black, but she acting, basically, that masculine type. And the thing is, the chick that I was talking to, she didn't understand, why can't she, get a guy of her own or anything like that. I'm just like, well, obviously, yes, that chick, the black chick, she was gorgeous, but she had a crappy attitude, which pushes guys away. She was sleeping with some white guy at her at her job, and wondering why she just being used as a booty call. What do you expect?
God damn, Marty.
Where you live at, man? Your area, you gotta get up out of that area.
Goddamn, already letting that clip fly tonight. God damn, Marty.
No,
all right, let's go.
Letting it fly. Hey, listen, I like somebody take the heat off my shoulders. You know what I mean? I'm cool with that, you know what I mean? But long as King around, you know what I mean? He can spread that fire around. They can come at him sideways.
I definitely gonna come back at that. But let's play some more. Ladies, I know you out there. So let us know how you feel about what this. I see some women don't got in here, so let them get it off. We want you to come back strong. This is a show for everybody. Push back. I think it's some beautiful, strong black women out there. I think it's a lot of women out there who can be misunderstood. It can be some women out there who have been, told that they had to be strong. Were put in position that they had to be the man and the woman in their household. But sometimes we got to learn women, just like men. Sometimes women, you got to learn. You can be a boss in the street, but you got to be feminine when you get home. Just like men got to understand, it's okay. It's okay to be, be emotional with your woman and be a tough guy in the street. So, we want everybody to put their opinion in because I want to learn tonight. I definitely want to get a lot of insight in. Let's go to the queue.
Black men date white women because within the black community, there's a lot of self-hate. It also counts for, obviously, black women dating white men. But it's because there's a lot of self-hate within our own communities that, we tend to date outside of our own race for some kind of desperation of self-validation to think that, you're worthy to do X, Y, and Z. But
Okay. Right, that's different.
Watch this though.
Okay, push. Watch
this. I actually believe, right, wholeheartedly. This is all facts right here, big facts. I believe, especially in America, not saying any other place, but I can only talk about what I know, right? So this actually probably go for the world too. The planet, right? I don't think we date outside our race enough.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't think we should. I don't think we should be having the mindset of only dating our race. You should just be dating. That's it. We shouldn't even look at it as color. We should just be dating. I'm not saying like we should just be out there, but we should just be dating. So the whole stigma of someone dating outside their race only comes from the fact that we normally date within our race so much. It shouldn't even be a shock if someone dates outside their race. But why is it still a shock? It's 2021. Whether the person made leveled up or didn't, why is it a shock of someone dating outside their race in 2021? That's the crazy part to me. Like this shouldn't even be a topic. It should be just normal. You see what I'm saying? Like
Right.
This should just be an everyday shit that people just date just to be dating. Color don't matter. But this is still an issue because of that simple fact that we are still in that mindset of trying to date within or procreate within our race. Like, not even thinking about the fact that we already mixed any fucking way, so what does it matter? It's not like we're trying to keep the African American or the black race populated, because we all mix. Ain't none of us 100% of nothing.
That's true.
So what's the point at this point in time?
That's definitely true. Let's go to the queue. Ladies, I need y'all to come in. Come on.
And the black chick that was in there, of course she was gorgeous. The white chick that I was with also was gorgeous too. It's just that there you can see the difference. If you even watch like anime like Naruto, I would have to say the chick that I was with was like Hinata. The other chick was like Sakura. So one was nice and kind, and the other one was just, well, I'm not even gonna say that. You know, I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut on that one. But you get the point.
Hey, and one day y'all got to give me the reference. Artie, we're gonna have a talk one day. I understand to get the understanding of your reference of these characters that you bring up. I don't be.
You don't watch
that.
anime, Coffee. All right, you pass your time. You can't go back.
Okay.
I mean, it's too late.
All right. Cool.
Let's
get back to the queue.
Anime characters. I get what he's saying. You know what I mean?
Okay. Well, translate what he's saying right quick so I can go back to the queue.
No, go ahead. He's talking about an anime character that's a certain way in various animes.
Okay.
Specific character.
Okay.
I don't think it's anything wrong for black men to date white women or to date Asian women or to date Latina women. I think the part that a lot of black women feel is hurtful is that you gotta put black women down. And I'm not saying you guys, but some black men gotta put black women down to date a white woman or a Hispanic woman or an Asian woman. And you hear it all the time. Oh, I don't date black women because they too ghetto or they're too loud or they always got an attitude. That's why I prefer Latinas.
I agree totally I definitely agree with you 100%. I don't believe anytime you should have to put somebody down to you know what I'm saying, basically do what you want to do. It's your right to date in or outside your race. I don't believe that if you want to date a Latino woman, an Asian woman, a white or Caucasian woman, you should be putting down that person that's in your race. I don't think black men should be putting down black women, but you know what I'm saying, I don't think nobody should be putting down their race of woman to go to another race. Now, sometimes we miss the point on when we say somebody put us down. Sometimes somebody just giving you the hard facts of their reality. Doesn't mean that it's the whole group of black women. Doesn't mean that it could mean it's a small portion or a large amount of any more minority group. If a person have ran into a brick wall on several fronts, the only way they can be authentic to their self is tell you about their encounter with said group of women. If it's a black man, he's gonna tell you about his encounter with black women. If it's a white man, white women, etc., etc. So sometimes we might feel like somebody putting us down, where it's not actually I'm putting you down. I'm telling you what have made me say I can't deal with that because of those qualifications. The same way the black men have, from my standpoint, I don't know about if white men been put down by white women. You know, they got stuff they say about them, but just from a black perspective, I know the black man get put down as well. Oh, he don't want to work. He want to sit at home. He don't want to tell you by black women. And not all those things are true over the whole group of black men, but it's said like it's over the whole group of black men. And that just may be the men that you have dated. So I don't want anybody to believe that, hey, because somebody tell you the true hard facts about the women that they dated, means that that's an indictment on all black women or all black men or whatever race we're talking about. But at some point in everything that we do, we have to check ourselves. If it's not true, let it fall off. But if it is true, then you need to take that in, and that's for anybody. Not saying, anybody should be put down because said, reason. Just want to put that out there, food for thought.
I end up hearing the whole situation like, men end up talking themselves out of sleeping with a woman. But dang, I'm sorry, but you have a lot of women out there that talks themselves out of a proper relationship.
I think that can be true. Can be true on anybody's front. I mean, I think that can be true on him. I mean, actually, that's what you want. You want somebody to talk you out of making a mistake or not making a mistake. That's personally how I think we had a conversation on this before about, that's how you choose a partner is by having time in and going through, being a dater, date more than 2 months, date more than 3 months, because as those conversations come up, they will either talk their way in your heart or out of your heart. So I think that's based on any relationship or any men or women having that. If you talk long enough to a person, they'll move you either way.
It's just different, man, when you're talking about being in a relationship and you're a high-value person and you dating a high-value person, as you work your way up, you start expecting different things from the person that you with. You don't expect the person that you with to talk to you in a rude or disrespectful way. You don't expect the person that you with, especially if you're a high-value man. And I'm the type of person, and I ain't talking about my social status at all. I'm the type of person that believes that it's the man's job to take care of all of the bills in the house, right? And I expect my partner to work. I expect her to make money if that's what she wants to do. But I don't expect her to take care of anything in the house. Clothes, food, bills, all that shit I take care of. I'm the fucking man, right? And when you position yourself like that, you have the ability to provide that. You don't want nobody fucking running their mouth and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just too much.
Big facts. Big facts. I hope you fellas heard that. I think a lot of things that we don't do, before you ask for something, make sure you're doing everything you're supposed to do. Shout out to King Gemini. I was raised that if I go to my wife's house and ask her father for her hand in marriage, that I'm supposed to do everything he have done until that point. It's a partnership, but make sure you're holding up yours before you start asking somebody else to do something. Food for thought.
Man, y'all listen. Y'all know I already told y'all I'm coming through, and I'm gonna be honest. I ain't trying to bash nobody. I'm not trying to talk bad about nobody. Like BK said earlier, we just speaking from our point of view and our perspective, and that's why I'm at with it. Like, I love everybody. Not the same, but I love black women. I've learned more from black women than any other woman. I've been, held down by black women stronger than any other woman. I've been consoled and put back together more times. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really no shade, but this is an opinion-based room. And, with that, we got to spit that real. You know what I'm saying? We got to drop them bombs on their ass. So hopefully there's some women in here that are opening to understand and listening, hear what the fuck is going on, because it ain't no bashing. We just expressing ourselves.
That's it. That's big facts, bro. We don't bash. We try to uplift, enlighten, speak truth. Sometimes it's hard truth. Sometimes it's hard to swallow. But if you take that hard look in the mirror, bro, you're gonna come out looking beautiful. Let's get back to the queue.
Or hopefully everybody come away from the conversation with more knowledge than they had before they came to the conversation, or better understanding about something than before they came to the table. You know what I mean? Hopefully somebody in the chat will leave with a better understanding of whatever the topic was that day. So that's why we encourage, hey man, make sure y'all send y'all messages. Let's just have this conversation. Anytime we here, which is 9 o'clock Monday through Friday, Central Standard Time, PM that is. Hey, come through, bring your opinion, bring your knowledge. I am always down for knowledge. I'm always down for debate. I'm not always coming to the table like I'm right. I'm just coming to the table, right? That's my mindset. I'm just coming to the table. I have some type of insight. At least I have my own insight. I'm going to come to the table, and I hope that somebody gives me a difference of opinion to give me information that I can take away. That's all. So true. And I don't know what the hell you got going on, Jim. Are you in the background watching Captain America?
He had to move.
What is that? Black Panther? Yeah, what the fuck you doing, man?
Hey, man. Gemini.
Captain America or Black Panther theme song in the back somewhere.
Man, Gemini out here with the kids, man. They watching Tom and Jerry, bro. That's where he at, man. At the movie watching Tom and Jerry, and I appreciate you listening through Tom and Jerry, man. Let's get to the queue.
So, all right, so this is a response to Style saying that, we should definitely be dating outside our race more. And, I'm going to tell you, I have two ways that I'd like to respond to that. The first way is, white people are attaching themselves to us as black people, women and men, because they know that their race is dying, and they know that in order for them to be able to extend their family's name beyond the next 60 to 100 years, they're definitely going to have to intermix. Their last name has to be more than the last name. And a lot of white people realize this, and they have instructions that permit this in their households, right? So, we got to make sure that we are willing participants in what's going on, and we're not tools. We're not being used. That's part of the problem that I have with interracial dating, especially with whites. I feel like, we could be tools.
You want to push back on it? You got something to say with that, Styles, or I can go to the queue?
Yeah, not exactly a pushback, but just to clarify, not necessarily the king, but to anybody that's listening, right? Or is going to be listening to this in the future. Because I did state that earlier that we should be dating outside our race more. When I said that, right, I wasn't talking about this particular topic of black people and white people. It's just for clarification for anybody going to be listening. I'm talking about all races. All races should be dating outside their race. Not specifically like I'm trying to date outside my race. What I'm saying, you should be more willing participant to date more outside your race and give other races a chance. Everybody, right? Because none of us are who we think we are in the first place. You know what I mean? I'm not 100% black. I got the Ancestry.com test. Black is like one of the smallest races that I am. I'm more Native American than I am African American. Right, and then even when I go through my percentage of African American, it still showed me like at least 10 different spots in Africa that I'm from. So what the, you know what I mean? And I'm 10% French. So what's the race that I'm supposed to be dating in? You know what I'm saying? Well, if I'm going off the percentage, because I was raised like I was black, I always knew about my my Native American side though, and then I got my test back, and you know what I mean? It kind of tells me, but what's the race I should be dating? Should I be dating Native Americans if that's the case? Because technically then I'm dating outside my race because I'm not majority African American. You know what I mean? So that's why I said it's tough to be like we kind of just grow up with a race in my, like, hey, I was raised black, so I date black women, or I date black men, or I date whatever the case. But what if you find out you're not that? What if you took a test at the age of 20-something and find out you're not even that race? Would that be weird? Would that be weird for you, Kofi?
Oh yeah, that definitely be weird. I ain't gonna lie.
Like you like, man, I'm black. You know what I mean? And you come up, you take a ancestry or DNA test, and it says that you majority Middle Eastern. You only like 15% black, maybe 20% black. You majority Middle Eastern. Would you feel differently from your perspective? Do you think you would start dating more Middle Eastern type of people? Would you start looking for them more, or would you still just date black people because in your head you black?
Personally,
I think it's almost like a mindset sometimes.
I mean, I believe that I'm more moved by the vibe than, I'm definitely very cognizant of, people trying to get up or trying to, hitch a ride to something. But I try to be a good judge of people. When it comes to matters to the heart, I just really try to make sure I make the best decision with a person. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, that's how I get into relationships. I judge the person. I try to judge you by your character and get to know you. So for me, I mean, when dating outside the, my race, which I am Dominican and African American, so either way, I'm always dating outside the race. But I try to get to a point where I get to know the person and the content of their character as I know them, and I go from there. So for me, it's not so much if I'm dating outside the race or dating inside the race. I just try to date, quality people. That's my take on it. When it comes down to dating African Americans, Dominicans, or Latino or white, I try to, make the best quality choice of a person. That's my take on it. In high school, I was more around majority Caucasians. Did I go back to my neighborhood with more African American women? Yes, but you got to understand, for me, what I was around more, that's what I focus on the most. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't in my neighborhood as much, so I was outside the neighborhood. So it allowed me to be like, I can, best of both worlds. You know what I'm saying? But like Artie said, sometimes people don't want to date outside of their race because they're afraid to, for whatever reason. But I definitely can feel you on there. I definitely feel both of your guys on there. Let's go to the queue.
You know what? What's kind of funny to me is that everybody wants to end racism and all that. But the instant that someone dates out of their race, they want to exile that person outside of the race. Then, in that case, do you want to end racism or do you want to continue it? Because now you're contradicting yourself.
I was gonna be passive on this question, but I already, I think the difference is, for most people, and I hate to speak for other people, but just I spoke to a cousin of mine who felt that way, and her thing was, for a long time, they took the woman from the black man, and they just took her, right? So they feel a sense of pride of being to mate with their own. I think it's a lot of built up undertones of racism in everybody. I don't think sometimes that you feel that way until something pushes you to feel that way. I think everybody wants to end racism just until it gets to an equal point. It's hard to say, I want to love everybody if I know half of everybody want to hate me. So if a person see that, I can see, I don't understand it. I'm not built that way to, you know what I'm saying? I'm built to feel the way I feel and how I feel. But I can empathize with their feelings and understand that some people feel like that's a slap in the face. Oh, so you just gonna go there? And they don't know you. See, that's what I do. If you don't know me, your opinions is worthless. Because you don't know why I chose to date her, what happened, and do I really love this person? So your opinion to me is worthless. You can be upset all you want to. That don't mean nothing to me. I mean, life, you're going to have a lot of people upset. But if that person want to come up and have dialogue with me, we can talk about it. So that's what I would, pardon on you. I don't know what their problem is, but some people going to hold on to stuff until they die. You can't let that control you and sway you anyway. So you have to allow that to, push that point. Me personally, it will always be a sense of pride for whatever, group of people. But I definitely know for African American, it's a pride thing from there. But I'll also say this to push back on my own self. I don't see them saying that when the women go date a white man. I don't see no other women get mad when she go date a white man. They almost do the same thing as I forgot the young lady who said that, saying sometimes they put down their race of women, but I damn sure they put down the black man. I damn sure know it. Oh, he must got a good credit score. He can pay all the bills, girl. That nigga, my bad, excuse me. That man might be just as broke or broker than the black man you left. Them big facts. Just because you go to another race does not guarantee you, happiness. It does not guarantee you that you're going to find your mate for life. None of those things. If it's so, then the divorce rate wouldn't be so high. So to me, I always tell people, allow your home, what you was brought up on, what should be your foundation. As you learn down along your journey in life, you should also let that help you make decisions. But I don't see black women pushing back on when they go get a white man. But they damn sure push back on a black man if he get a one. Them big facts. If you don't believe me, let's talk about it, along with the rest of the conversation. You got some styles on it, or I go to the queue?
Now you go to the queue.
And the other side of that is, yes, we need to date more outside of our race. And the reason why is because it helps us understand what and what not to tolerate. You know what I'm saying? This is experience. As you go through life, you learn things. Every situation is a learning lesson. And, if you play your cards right, you can learn from every situation. And it's kind of hard to have an idea about what to expect in the dating world when you've been one-sided or singular in your dating. Dating just within your waist does not always, in my opinion, give you the ability to really navigate how to love, right? So I'm gonna agree. We definitely need to be dating outside of our race. I don't know about white though.
I appreciate that. Appreciate that, King. Let's go to the queue.
Izzy, man, this is directly for you, Izzy. A hurt dog gonna holler. Just because a man expresses, and everybody's vernacular ain't the best. Everybody don't, even though we speak English, we don't have the same finesse with this English language. So, just because that man wasn't able to articulate and list out all of the individual reasons why he don't want to date a woman, and he just used the term ghetto, you can deduce what he means when he says that. And it's not about putting black women down. I think it's just about identifying what somebody does or does not want to deal with. If I don't want to deal with somebody that acts ghetto, talking loud, disrespectful, rude, don't know when to shut the fuck up, guess what? That's what it is. You know what acting ghetto is. You know it. That ain't putting black women down. And if that's the case, don't act ghetto. How hard is that?
Woo! God damn! Man, the lights going off in my thing and everything over here. Man, King Gemini, God damn it, boy, you setting it on fire.
And here's the deal with the chick from before is that, man, I actually wanted to help her, get with the guy that she wanted to get with. I actually wanted her to do that because I'm like, dude, honey, you too pretty to be single like this and acting like this. But the thing is, it has to deal with the attitude. is not really much about even the color of the skin. It's the attitude.
Okay. I'm gonna push back on that later. Let's go to the queue.
I just feel like, a lot of people are not very knowledgeable about how many races there are, okay? There's 2 fucking races. There are those that are indigenous to Africa, and there are those that are indigenous to the Caucasus Mountains, right? Every other people on this earth, everywhere on this earth, white people went, they found black people. Right, so it doesn't matter if you're Dominican, it doesn't matter if you're Native American, it doesn't matter if you're African or Indonesian, it doesn't matter. If your ancestors are not Neanderthals, you are black. If your ancestors are Neanderthals, you are white. Everybody else is the same. We're literally one big fucking family. We're all black.
I am the first black girl my boyfriend has dated ever. And when I asked him his reasonings why, he said a lot of black women looked down upon him because of certain things that he liked. They were also very aggressive. They told him if he showed any emotion that he was a B word or a P word. And they were just all around aggressive. They were very untrustworthy. They did not trust him. They did things where he could not trust them. And I think it comes from the way black women are raised. They're raised to believe that they technically are the man and they don't need a man for anything. And so they just get a man just cause, like black women, and me being a black woman, I say black women are very aggressive and makes it hard for them to date.
Okay.
Big fact.
I think I know for sure. I'm trying to be more. I think what black women, black men have to come to is to understand what's a turn on and a turn off. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? As the old saying goes, it's a time and a place for everything. Sometimes in certain situations you might have to get loud, but that ain't with me. If you say you love me, if you got to turn up like that on me, is that love, or are you trying to be more dominant? You got to ask yourself, like, yelling at somebody that you say you love, definitely in public, what do you think that says about you as a person to the person that dating you? It says that you have no control over your emotions. And lack of control over your emotion allows you to do various things that I don't want to be a part of. It's okay to be emotional. It's okay to be into things that what so-called is the, as they say, the B word or the P word. Just because we have different things that we have that I don't have in common with you, don't make me soft. I grew up somewhere different than you. My outlook was shaped in a different perspective than yours. Doesn't mean because I'm a male, I shouldn't be emotional. I shouldn't cry. As a woman, you know what I'm saying? You have to understand that you just because you're loud, it does not mean that you're right. It does not mean that you're powerful. And to the men, that's why you have to understand. To me, I feel like when you date outside your race, or when you date outside your race, you appreciate what you do have in common, black or white. I think a lot of time black women get this false narrative because you listen to somebody else who may be broken, that was never healed from their pain. Some things are generational pain. Grandma got did wrong by granddaddy, so she told your mama that the dude she was messing with wasn't gonna be nothing, and he only want to do this. And then you turned around and you digested all that. When you digested all that, you already came out on hell on fire for every black man you saw, or every black woman you saw, right? Some stuff is not even our pain. We're carrying it because our family, our bloodline told us to think like this. We're afraid to evolve our thinking on the fly because it's uncomfortable. I believe you can date different people by just being in a different circle. You're going to learn something different about yourself. The perspective of being around different people takes you out your comfort zone. You're not thinking, they don't think like you normally would think. So that allows you to be like, I do find that attractive. I never knew a man that who can use the English language without having to cuss every time was sexy. Or a woman who was being submissive does not mean that you lay down and let somebody run over you. Submissive to a certain person is powerful. I give my power to you to share. That's power. That I gave it to you. If I give you something, I can take it back if you don't use it in the right way. So it's different. Sometimes we pick up these things and believe certain things because that's what we've been taught. If you stay in the same box, you'll never learn anything different about yourself. You can go to the same four corners and discover the same thing you already knew. I believe if you date outside your race, it's gonna broaden your mind. It might bring you back to your race and make you appreciate it more. Styles, you got something? If not, I'm gonna go to the queue.
Oh, you go ahead.
Styles, Black Knight, yo, what's good? So,
What
topic: why do black men date white women? A lot of that goes into like how open-minded they are in the bedroom place, like you could do butt stuff with the white girl and like she'll be like, oh, okay, this is a thing I never tried, new experiences, try everything once. Like, black girl cut your damn head off if you get like, you go into that shit with rules and regulations. Don't go here, don't do this, I don't like that, and like, so yeah, I mean, not to say that black girls aren't adventurous in the bedroom, but it's definitely a higher percentage with white girls.
Shout out to you, Nas, man. Appreciate coming back and listening to us. The topic is, why do black men date white women? I am Black Knight 24. That is my main man, LA Styles. Make sure y'all follow us on Stereo and our social media sites, man. We're gonna go back to the queue.
Man, it's crazy that she said that her boyfriend has been pretty much treated a certain way because of the way that he expressed himself. And I've actually had that happen to me before because of the type of person that I am. When I see something that I don't like, I say something about it. You know what I'm saying? And I don't allow things to fester. Fester. I don't allow things to build up or nothing like that. You feel me? Like, as soon as something wild go down, I call it out. And, I express myself very well as far as, I don't like this, I don't like that, this is how it made me feel. And black women have definitely told me, you a bitch, you a pussy, like, I never had no man talk to me like that, like, oh, hey, yo, she right, man. It's real in the field.
Appreciate that, King. Appreciate that.
And really, like, the whole thing, like, it's been going on for a while, but it's been a boom of it since, like, 1999 on, of, like, black men going after white women. Because, like, I don't know what happened in 1999, but all of a sudden, white girls started getting, like features and shit. They started getting, like, hips and ass, and I was like, damn, girl, like, where'd that come from? And, they just been keeping it up, and, And then also with the shit that I just said, plus that, Black girls, I see your face. You like, yo, Nabs, what the fuck is you talking about? Yo, trust me, y'all African soul sisters, we love you. Our beautiful Africanic queens, like, y'all always gonna be number one. But, we out here trying to, broaden our horizons and shit,
Hey, yo, BK just said some shit. He said when you date outside your race, you appreciate what you have in common. Damn, boy, that motherfucker need to go on a t-shirt. Put that shit on a t-shirt.
Appreciate that, King Gemini.
Wait, Black Knight, hold the fucking phone. Are you really fucking telling me that I can fucking use the English fucking language and not say fuck all the time? What the fuck?
Man, look, let me tell you something, bro. You'll be amazed when you can digest the English language at its fullest and recite words that people will never know. But by the way that you speak them and the way that you articulate yourself, it will turn them the hell on. And if you slow down, you know what I'm saying, the way that you deliver it, oh my God. Bruh, some women understand that, damn, he gotta have some type of knowledge the way that he speaks. That's sexy to a lot of women. Just saying.
You could not have said that any better. I 100% agree with everything you just said. And like, I'm so glad that I got out of the generational pain cycle that my family was going through, because if I didn't, I would have had blocked the blessing that I had got from this man that I'm dating now. He's my perfect everything. He understands that when I'm submitting to him, I'm not submitting, you know, like I'm not gonna let him walk all over me. He understands at any given point I can take back that being submissive, and he understands when, you know, he appreciates when I put my foot down. He understands, you know, if I am getting aggressive, why I'm getting aggressive, which is rare. I don't normally get aggressive. Like, my family has disowned me because I'm not an aggressive black woman. Like, I agree with everything you just said. Yes.
Big facts, big facts. Most people don't like people who will think for themselves. They just don't. Because then when you think for yourself, guess what? They have nobody to come to and push their pain on. They have nobody to come to and tell them what they should do. Well, if I should have did it, why didn't you do it? Sometimes you got to think about it. If you telling me not to do this, how do you know this? Well, because I went through it. So why didn't you take your own advice? Life is a journey. If you do not go out there and start living your journey, you'll never know what you like, because you'll be caught up on what everybody else tell you you should be or you shouldn't be. You only know parts of me. You'll never know the whole me, because I'm afraid to show you me, because you're going to criticize what I like and what I don't like. So I never showed you my whole self. So the advice you think you're giving me is not good advice, because you don't know me completely. And that be our problem. Like, I love all my black women. Look, let me tell you something. I was raised by some of the strongest women in the world. And a lot of them was great in every phase. And then I had like 6 of them that I love dearly to the day. But them motherfuckers were bringing some broken philosophies. Some gold digger philosophies to dating. But they would get mad if a man brought those same philosophies to them. You can't bring something to somebody else and say, hey, you got to deal with this. But if that man want to bring the same thing and tell you that, I ain't going to deal with it. What is that? I got a woman in my family right now. She don't believe that she got to cook for her man because she ain't got no kids in the house no more. What they got to do with him? But you still believe he supposed to pay bills. You believe that he supposed to please you. But why? Everybody got a job. If you're not doing your job, and I'm not saying that a woman just got to cook, because both can cook. It's a partnership. We can interchange on some jobs. But don't think you're going to get me to bring 100% and you're going to bring 25. Nah, we can't do that. Don't work nowhere.
What's wrong with that?
What's wrong with everything, brother? Everything is wrong with that. This is why women and men being in a marriage And as soon as the kids off to college, that man or woman out the house. Because I was never happy with you. I was told to be a good father, I had to stay here the whole duration of the time until my kids got to their ultimate level. Or if you want to be a good woman, I don't want to leave him because I want my kids to be in the household their father. Bump that bull. No, I ain't doing that. Being unhappy, I ain't happy. Big facts, brother. Let's go to the queue.
And as a woman that loves women, it's crazy to say that I will always pick another like race over black women unless me and that black woman vibe on the same intellectual level. You know, like, I hate to say it, but I will not date anyone that still has, you know, they still have that pain and hurt from something, or they come off very aggressive. Like, I've dated plenty of black women, but they have always been around other races. They have never just been solely raised in a black community. They have always had some type of, you know, other touch besides just the black one.
Exactly, man. My thing is, I got, you know what I'm saying, I have a plethora of women that I talk to, and when I come up with topics, it's because of them. Really, I thank them tremendously. I mean, I have people who feel like who's been they've been spoiled all their life by grandfathers, fathers, uncles, whatever. They give it their husband, and they feel like, hey, you should do the same. And the guy might push back like, no, I ain't got it for that. Guess what? They mad. Why you mad? Well, cause why would he not do that for me? But you can do it for yourself. But I want him to do it. Why? A lot of times, the reason a black man will go to another race is because, hey, he like, damn, it can't be that bad on the other side. It just can't be. Vice versa for a black woman, she might say, it got to be some loyalty on the other side. Food for thought, the same problems on your side is the same problems on the other side. Ain't no difference. It's still the XY chromosome. Ain't no difference. Sometimes the problem's in you and not in your race. Food for thought.
Yes. Exactly what he said, because for me, you see the way that I talk. I mean, of course I'm nervous because of recording myself, but talking to, you know, women outside of my race versus women inside of my race, you know, I remember in high school this chick getting on to me saying that, oh my god, why do you talk like that? Like what? And she's just like, you talk white. I'm like, what do you mean talk white? You're talking all proper and stuff, but when you talk like this in front of, you know, a bunch of Caucasian chicks or chicks outside your race, ooh man, you be getting them, especially if you have a high vocabulary.
Artie, I'm gonna say one thing, because I love you, Artie. I love that you come listen. You give me great insight. The one thing I'll tell you, Artie, always be you. I don't care. Because at the end of the day, that's who you're going to go home with, regardless. Every day. If you got, it don't matter what type of woman you got, color, size, shape, whatever. Always be authentic to you. If the person can't see what's great in you, I don't care about it. I don't care about them then. It's greatness in everybody. If you want me to be an actor, then pay me. But if you want to invest your time in me, get to know me, understand why I speak the way that I speak. Because sometimes the way that you speak ain't all that great either. If you speaking with broken English every day, hey, that irritates my soul. But I don't tell you I'm gonna stop talking to you. Always be authentic to you. And if somebody really want to with you, they're gonna with that. And if they don't, good. I say you're a headache.
Exactly. The first thing my mom said to me when I started dating was to find a man that had a good paying job. It wasn't like my grandmother's first thing was, if he can call you the B word, he ain't the one for you. Keep him moving. My mom's first thing was, oh, where he work at? Like, why was that the first thing? What about if he treats me like garbage? Does he love me? You know, how does he treat me? All this other stuff. The first thing that came out of her mouth when I started dating was, get you a man that got money. Period. Get you a man that got money. Like, why was that the first thing that you wanted to teach your daughter? There's 1,000 other things you could have taught me, but the first thing you taught me about a man was, get you a man that got money. My dad even said that that's not what a woman should look for. She should look for a man that makes her happy. My mom's first go-to was, get you a man that had money.
Well, you know what I'm saying? Appreciate you sharing. A lot of time people telling you what their worth is. They don't know that they're speaking their truth to you. They don't know that they're very naked to you. If you whatever you're looking for, understand if you receive that, you're gonna have to meet that. If you're just looking for somebody who can have money, okay then. Don't get upset with anything else they do. If that's your only objective when you search them somebody, then you got to take what they give you. If a person, hey, you live like a queen, but I'm gonna treat you like you ain't nothing. You can't get mad. You got what you came for. You sought that out. You came. You conquered. Now he treats you like that. I look at it like this. Now, Lord knows I don't never want to be broke. That's them big facts. But if you find somebody who truly completes you, who loves you, who challenges you, who pushes you, who protects you, who motivates you, who loves you, and love is in your faults. Everybody can love you when you're on your top. I'm talking about love me when I'm not as lovable. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I found. That's what you should be on the journey for. You're going to find money as you go. You're going to find things as you go. But you're not going to always find somebody who you can rock with. Who's going to be there when you ain't got nothing. And believe that you will have something later. Because a lot of times people don't teach you when they invest in the person, invest in their things, ain't going to do a damn thing for you.
And race has nothing to do with that.
Nothing to do with it. Race.
You pick whoever you can get that from.
Anybody. I mean, I don't care what it is. If that means black, yellow, green, whatever. Find a person that's when you broken, they don't talk about you. They say, let's go get help together. I want to help you will internally help us. That means a person cares about you. They don't care about how you look. Love is in the eye. Love is in the eye of the person that you looking at. I don't need, because you ain't gonna have a booty that sit high all the time. Your titties ain't gonna stay perky unless you keep paying for it. Your face gonna get wrinkled. But I see you as the day I met you because my love for you allows me to. I don't see you as you are. I see you in your greatness. So that's the difference for me.
Finding Nemo. For me, intelligence and sex they're 50-50 for me. If you're missing one, you're missing the other, and it's just not gonna work for me. I love a man with a high vocab. Like, the moment you open your mouth, I can tell a lot of things about you. I just love a man that has some intelligence to him. And, like, I really want the stereotype to stop of, like, people saying, oh, for a black person or, you know, anyone that's not Caucasian, for it to be like, oh, well, you talk white, or, oh, you talk proper, you know, like, my family has literally made fun of me for talking proper. Like, I really wish that would stop. Like, I wish that would stop being just a white thing or a Caucasian thing.
Big facts.
That's actually, like, when you say stuff like that, you borderline come off as being a little bit racist. I ain't gonna lie.
No, you don't come up. You are.
That's when you say some shit like that. That's like whether you said it
Man.
to a black person and you black or not. That don't change the fact that's borderline a little bit racist.
That's, man, look.
You talk real nice for a black guy. What? That's racist, though. What you talking about?
Right. I mean, we making light of it, but that's true. And think about this. I just thought about this. If you tell me something is white or whatever, you just limit what we can touch. Why would you put a ceiling on me? Why is it a ceiling on what we should be? Right? Now, if you cool with staying where you at, I'm cool with leaving you there. See, I don't deal, every time I level up, I'm gonna shed somebody. I'm gonna shed you. I don't personally try to do it to you. But if you, look, we can all go together. But if you want to stay in your position, man, I salute you. But I'm moving up to the next level because I can always come back and visit. Because I'm never gonna stay on that level. I'm always marching to another, trying to level up. So me personally, you can't put a level on me. I'm always trying to better myself. Am I trying to be perfect? No. But I'm always trying to better myself. I'm always trying to grab more knowledge. But if you think about that, a person basically saying, hey, bro, you supposed to stay right here. I don't want to go no further. Why should you? It's crazy. Very racist. Very crab mentality as well. We both going to stay in this bucket together. You ain't going to go out there and get nothing else.
Man, so check this out. What Buns just said is exactly how I'm raising my daughter. All right, and this is the way I feel. Every nigga on earth gonna give you problems. Every nigga. Bang. And I ain't saying that in a bad way, bashing way, or nothing like that. But everybody got their demons. You feel me? And so I want to make sure that at the end of the day and the beginning of the day, my child, regardless of what situation she found herself in, her financial stability is secure before she starts dealing with the other issues that could present itself inside of a relationship. Making sure that your heart's in it and all that stuff, that's very important too. To me, I want to make sure that my baby is with somebody that's financially stable and can take care of her.
Okay.
Look at Black Knight out here spit all of the facts, man. Like, get that girl that completes you, that, that cross your T's, dot your I's. I feel you, nigga. Who wrote them lyrics? Babyface?
I think shout out to Maxwell. I think Maxwell wrote that, you know what I mean?
Hey, man, look, bro. I got a plethora of writers over here, man.
But no, that's why I say, like,
with the
my
whole
bad.
situation, I'm just gonna tell her this, is that when looking for a partner, just understand and realize that when it comes down with money, money could be gone because of one bad investment. Just like good looks could be gone because of one bad accident. So, yes, that is kind of the wrong thing to look for. At least with guys, though, we will sacrifice, having it that a chick is a 10 for like a chick that is a 6, because you know what? She has other attributes that 10 don't.
What you gonna say, Styles?
That's why you can't really put a race when you actively searching for a partner. You probably would do better if you didn't put a race on it. Because first thing you do is normally, okay, what I was really thinking about is you really searching for the woman of the same race as you. But then you limit what you can or can't find in your area.
Right.
You know what I mean? If I'm not the type of person to go out, right? So I don't do clubs, I don't do bars, I don't smoke or drink, right? So boom, right there, I limit where I'm gonna find a woman at, because I limit I limited myself. Not saying I should or shouldn't, but I limit myself to the area. I mean, so really, where am I gonna find somebody at then if I don't do a lot of that? Probably at work, school, or if I got some type of hobby, outside hobby or something. Boom, right? So I just limited myself because I already cut off certain areas and certain whatever where I can possibly meet people because I don't go there. Boom, that's just natural, right? Cool. Then I put a race on top of that. So I just limit myself just to even keep in mind, I'm the same person that's looking for something in particular of what I feel like I need to complete my situation. So you really box yourself in to finding something instead of just leaving it as a broader situation. Like, why are you putting these filters on it that you don't need? You know what I mean? But unless it's a family situation and that's just how you was raised to. You know what I mean? And that's what you gonna live by. Then hey, each his own. You know what I mean? I can't knock nobody for their situation, but for what they choose, like, you know what I mean? If you feel like you need the same race, and that's one of your, hey, do what you do, bro. Do what you do. But don't complain later on when you can't find it though.
I mean, that's so true.
Or when you say it's so hard to find, it's so hard to find because you only looking for that one particular shit that you need out of one race, out of how many races on the planet?
Thank you. I mean, you think about it. When you go buy a car, right? Who goes to the car lot? You might go to the car lot and you have a general idea of what you may like, right? But when you get to the car lot, you might see something else that you like, that you never thought that you would pick from. You know why? Because now your outlook have changed. You see something much different than what you had envisioned or what you was told to look for. Sometimes you have to make sure that you don't get in your own way of trying to find Mrs. Right, because you don't close all these other doors and you only got one door open, and now you want to say all I get is bad men, all I get is bad women, I get gold diggers, I get unloyal dudes. Well, guess what? You only got one door open. That one door says the worst of the worst. So that's what you're gonna get. Got to open more doors up. Yeah, having multiple opportunities is a great thing. Doesn't mean that you're going to choose all the opportunities that come your way. But guess what? Now you can start filtering what do you like and what you don't like. Stop picking the same dude with a different name. Stop picking the same girl with a different name. They treat you the same. They act the same, just like your ex. That's why you always comparing your new person you with to your ex, because that's what you keep finding. You keep finding the same old person and keep just recycling the same people just with different names. Broaden your horizon. Try something different. If you don't like it, guess what? You can still walk away from it.
My bad, y'all. I was out earlier at Walmart. Y'all heard the music playing. I got my nephew and my daughter. I had to get a headset for my Xbox because, anyway, that's a topic for a whole nother situation. Then I had to grab a couple of things for dinner. I'm actually about to chef it up while I'm talking to y'all, but I'm finally back at the house, so hopefully y'all don't get none of that interference and all that crazy shit in the background. I know y'all finna get off the air pretty soon, though, so I'm here for the final run. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's happening? This is a good convo, man. I appreciate y'all for putting on this show, for bringing this topic to the people, and for being amazing hosts, man. Like y'all are doing. Y'all, man, I fuck with y'all. I'll be here tomorrow.
Man, appreciate that, King Gemini, man. And that means tremendous. Hey, that means everything to me, bro. I'm almost speechless, and that's hard to do. Man, that's all we try to do with our show.
You got to open the dialogue. That's all.
That's it.
Let's talk about it. No hard feelings. Each his own. You know what I mean? I can't feel no type of way because whatever your experience is your personal experience. That'd be so ignorant of me to feel some type of way to try to judge you on what your experience is. So this is always a open table, a round table, open table for all of us to talk about what's going on, about what our experiences are. Teach me something, teach you something. Let's talk. You know what I mean? That's what this is. And he is right. We do have like 17 minutes left. You know what I mean? We normally try to aim, for those of you that's here, right? Because we was at the 30-minute mark, but you know what I mean. Some things was being said, so I ain't even bring that up. You know what I mean?
Right.
But we normally try to aim for an hour, right? With just regular dialogue. But with mixing in audio, it normally adds easily another hour. So it just end up being what it is for those of you who knew and don't really know our situation. Every one of our shows normally always end up being like 2 hours. For that case, we start at 9 o'clock Central Standard Time, and then that goes to normally 11. I mean, I'll say 11. This dude, I'm playing the game. This dude trying to get me, y'all. It normally cuts off at 11 Central Standard Time. So,
man, we here every Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. Central Time. Every Monday through Friday, trying to drop different conversation topics that we all talk about in our circle. So we want to come up with something different, man. If y'all here tomorrow, we're going to be talking about our hobbies and what's yours and how do it affect you. The next day, you know what I'm saying, is watching TV a waste of time? After that, do people still want families and spouse and kids? You always know Friday is overrated Friday. So we always trying to just do something different. And if you have different ideas you want us to talk about, hey, man, jump in our Instagram DMs, man. Add your name from Stereo so we'll know who you are. And man, we'll throw it up there. Well, man, we love engaging with you guys. You guys come in every night and y'all kill the show. We one part of the show. You guys are our co-host because y'all continue to feed into us and allow us to have a great show, man. So please go out there and follow us on Stereo. Follow us so they can send you the time when we start. Because if you just open the app up, they only have the people who've been verified first. You got to flip through a lot of them. So if you go ahead and
what we're working on.
We're working on getting verified. So you'll get us when you just pop over the app. But definitely follow us. Definitely keep jumping in the queue so we can have great conversation, man. And man, we blessed, and you know what I'm saying, just for y'all to be able to take something away from the show every night. Let's go to the queue and we'll start counting down.
See, at the end of the day, my dad told me exactly what you just said. All men are going to come with some type of baggage. Is at the end of the day, is if you're willing to, if that person makes you happy enough to even, work with them on their baggage, and if they would do the same for you. And then he also told me I need to make sure my finances are together, because at the end of the day, that man could lose everything, and then we will lose everything because he's the only breadwinner. My dad made sure to tell me, at the end of the day, you want to have your finances together for yourself, and make sure you find a man that loves you for who you are, baggage and all.
Big facts, man. Your dad was speaking hella facts on when he told you that.
Man, as an adult,
when you see him,
you don't
depend on nobody.
To depend on somebody to eat, in particular to eat, because I don't have my finances together. You know what I mean? And he kind of got his, or she kind of got hers. You know what I mean? What if I'm at work? I gotta depend on this person to give me lunch because I ain't got. Or what if I'm just out and about? You know what I mean? Like, you just don't want to have to depend as an adult. That is, as an adult, everybody should have their own personal finances situation together. You got to at least be able to maintain yourself. And whatever your situation is, if you got kids, you know what I mean, and you're not in a relationship, or you got baby mamas or baby daddies, you still got to be able to have an income that takes care of you and whatever your situation is.
Definitely.
You shouldn't need, and should nobody be out there looking for motherfuckers with money. All right, you should have your own.
Hell no.
Right? You can look for somebody, you know what I mean, and you might scratch into who was one of the Tyler Perry movies. I mean, it happened way before then, but what was the movie where the dude really didn't have a job? He was trying to get his own to be a chef or whatever the case is. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
If she'd have scratched him off the list, you know what I mean? What she would have been? He's a future business owner, entrepreneur, got himself together. But if you scratch him off the list out the gate by saying he don't make the same money I got, I mean, but you make like $500,000 a year.
Ain't a lot of people.
You know what I mean? You in a rare situation as a minority, $500,000 a year. No, I'm not on that level, but I believe I can get there. You know what I mean? We just took different paths. Maybe you went to school, got a master's or whatever the case, and then you ran the company until you got your own. I'm up here trying to get mine. I should be scratched off the list. Now, given the fact, if I'm a bum ass nigga, I'm just a bum ass nigga. Hey, I apologize for even wasting your time. Go ahead, bypass me. That's the nigga who ain't got no job. He got baby mamas. He
No
don't
ambition.
support. No, yeah, he ain't got no goals, no nothing. Bypass that individual completely, whether it's a girl or a boy, man or female.
Let him go.
Bypass that.
Don't
person.
matter.
All right.
Mm-mm.
They can come back around or try to come back again once they got their shit together.
Definitely.
You see
Definitely. Don't do
somebody
pretend.
Hey, no. Don't do potential. You know what I mean? Not like that. If this person is sustaining, he can sustain themselves. They're not dependent on nobody currently, whatever their financial situation is. Even if they make $40,000-$50,000, they got their own house still. You know what I mean? They got their own car still. They got their own job. They maintain. You know what I mean? They're more than just surviving. They can live at least somewhat comfortable for themselves, and they got ambition and goals, and they working their way up. They should easily be a contender. You know what I mean? They don't need your money, so why can't they be a contender? He not coming to you, asking you for nothing. He's just looking for a partner. They gotta be on the table, bro. That person gotta be on the table. If they're a bum ass nigga though, then you gotta straight bypass, no matter what the case is. That's giving finance. Heck, even if he got money. So what if you found somebody who got money but they still a bum ass nigga? Like he got 3, 4, 5 baby mamas, don't take care of none of his kids. Now baby mamas ain't the biggest deal, but he don't take none of his kids. He don't take care of none of his kids, none of his financial responsibility because of them. That's automatically be a no-go. What if he's a millionaire? Do you look the other way for other shit because he's a millionaire? But he don't take care of none of his kids? What are we doing?
Look, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to know how you know that dude or that woman ain't gonna be nothing, if you meet a brother who tell you anything stops him from taking care of his kids, hey, become a track star. Run. If brothers, you go by a woman's house and her kids is not up to, ain't got no good hygiene, become a track star. Run. Red flags. Get away from it. I ain't doing it. And I don't do potential people. I ain't got time for potential. Take that back to your daddy. I don't do people who
you can do potential if we both of a certain age. We both
right? No,
we both ain't got shit. You know what I mean? We talking about grown ass people though, y'all.
I'm talking about somebody grown 45 who still stand in the basement.
Nah, there's no potential. I need what I need right now so we can get this partnership moving. Ain't no potential in your late 20s, early 30s. That shit passed already, nigga. If you ain't found your way by then, I gotta cut you off because I can't wait 10 years till you get together. I'll be 40.
Shoot, I ain't gonna wait. I ain't gonna do
it. I can't wait 10 years, nigga.
But definitely, when you see your dad again, man, give him a big hug for me, man, because he hit it dead on the head. Tell him he might need to start mentoring some of these men out here so they can get their stuff together, man. Let's go back to the queue.
And that's the thing, is that even though I may not even date in my race, does not mean that I don't want black women to succeed. That is not the message at all. It just, when they ask why do black men date out, just don't be surprised when we end up telling them, the reasons why. You know what I'm saying? We just trying to have it that, like they said, give you some information, some insight of what is going on so it can actually help you, because we still as black people want, our own race to succeed.
Hey, Black Knight, I hear you. I see you with the positivity. But when you say, like, everybody got greatness in them, I mean, like, Trump got kids, right? Yeah, like, let's say 85% tops.
This is what I'm going to say, Nas. I'm not saying that everybody's going to reach their greatness. But greatness is in you. And now if you don't want to go out there and achieve it, that's a different thing. If you know what I'm saying, you feel your mind and your heart full of some bull crap, then you ain't gonna get to greatness. but it's greatness in you once you get that out of you. I mean, it's like you can't put wine in a dirty bottle. If you do, you're gonna drink dirt. So you got to get whatever out of you, completely up out of you, so you can start being able to walk in the way that you should walk. That's what I mean. Like, yeah, there's some people out here, they'll never find their greatness because they don't want to. I'm talking about people who truly is seeking to become better than they are at the current moment. Meaning that I'm trying everything. I want to be successful as bad as I want to breathe. I want to be as successful as bad as I hate being broke. And the way you do that is start being consistent. Start putting up goals every day, every week, every month, every long-term goal. You become a person who consistently thirsty to become successful. Don't sell your morals and your belief. I'm not telling you that. I'm saying make sure that you are surrounding yourself with quality people that's going to push you and not tell you what you want to hear. That's what I mean. Everybody got greatness in them. If you want to achieve it. If you don't want to achieve it, then you're not.
Oh, yeah.
Man, okay. I hear you hit that high note. Appreciate that.
Coffee little cousin, y'all.
Hey, man, look, bro. Man, I love everybody, man. Sometimes you know what I'm saying? This our platform, man. I want her to get on. Just, hey, when you make it to the top, make sure, you know what I'm saying, I can get, you know what I'm saying, some tickets to some shows or something. So make sure you debut on our show first with your voice. We appreciate that, man. Say she trying to show, hey, Nod. That's what I'm talking about right there, Nod. She going ahead and letting her talent show. That's her greatness right there. She might have been, you know what I'm saying, she might didn't want to show it to everybody. But tonight she said, you know what? I'm going to let them hear from me. Hey, that's all I'm trying to do. Give everybody a platform to be great and let your greatness take hold. Hey, everybody should have dreams, but dreams without goals won't be nothing but disappointment. That's all they're going to fuel is disappointment. You're going to be a dreamer, be a doer. Man, man, we appreciate y'all coming out, man. This is the quickest show we ever have done. Where it seemed like I really didn't talk a lot, but I really did. But man, you know what I'm saying? Every Monday through Friday.
Was waiting on this show, y'all, for like 2 weeks. We ended up canceling this episode last week. I forget what day it was that he rescheduled for today, but he been trying to load this clip for this, like at least.
Oh man, look, man, look. The one thing you can always, from both of us, but definitely from me, I labor in love with these conversations. My gift is to interpret what other people would believe that's a mistake and turn it into something beautiful. I think that we can always learn from each other if we just stop and listen. And what other better place to do it is this? And y'all showed out. But definitely, I've been waiting on this thing, bro. Like, it was some shows that I wanted to take off the script, but I patiently waited. And, bro, y'all didn't disappoint me tonight, bro. I'm finna go eat the biggest steak in the world with some mashed potatoes, even though I shouldn't be eating this late. But I'm definitely going to get it because y'all gonna make it.
The boy King.
Shout out King Gemini.
Shout out Izzy. She came through representing for you.
Man.
Shout out Buddy, who was over here representing Knives late, fashionably late as usual.
Always. Artie. Man, hey.
Artie,
man, look,
every episode been in here.
Bruh, look, bruh. I wish when Stereo get away to be able to get y'all emojis and everything, bruh, I can't wait, bruh. Y'all came through and knocked it out the park. Bunny came through and knocked it out the park. I saw a lot of women in there that was listening who they just didn't feel like giving their feedback. Bunny, man, it's tremendously. That's how much you mean to the world when you willing to share your voice and give us a different perspective. Man, look, man, I'm truly humbled tonight, bro. I'm gonna tell you the truth, bro. I'm gonna eat my steak happy. I'm gonna kiss my kids goodnight again because y'all, today y'all made the world a little better place for me. I'm tremendously happy. I am Black Knight 24. This is my man LA Styles, man. Make sure y'all follow us on Stereo. We're here Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. Central Time. Make sure you follow us. We are the initiated, and better believe we are initiated. And on Spotify, Apple, anywhere you can listen to a podcast. Please go follow us. We love the support. We thank you for showing up every night and coming out and just rocking with us, man. We wouldn't have it any other way. On this show, your voice will be heard and never silent, no matter what you say. If it's different from us, we might get a little hot in the collar, but hey, please believe it's out of love and not out of hate. Styles, I'm gonna go to these two, and then I'm gonna go to and then I'm gonna let you do your part shout. And then everybody, please make sure you're safe. Make sure if you're getting over the COVID, I hope you know what I'm saying, you feel better. If you lost somebody during this pandemic, man, my deepest condolences go out to you and your family, man. And hopefully we, you know what I'm saying, we can get over this thing and rock it out like we always been doing, man. I'm gonna go to the queue and then we'll come back with Styles parting shouts.
Hey, but like, let's really talk about what like we really need to be talking about. And I'm going to everybody listening on this one. People, I'm looking at LA Styles. I'm looking at Black Knight. I don't see no check. Y'all need to like get these follows up, share this shit, you know, do whatever you got to do. Like, let's get these checks for your boys.
Appreciate it, man. I'm humbled. Humbled.
Yeah, man. We working on that verification, man.
Yeah, I'm humbled.
I'm humbled, bro. It's a process for whatever reason, man. But yeah, we trying. Hey, well, I guess first we gotta worry about getting this. They got a new thing out now with the 500 followers. So we gotta get 500 followers. You know what I mean? And then we'll work on that next phase.
Man, yeah. Share it on all y'all social media sites, man. Share it on it. Get it out. If you're on Facebook, get in all the podcasts, little groups. When you on, share it, man. Sharing is caring, man. We'll never forget about you. I don't care if we get the check or not get the check, man. We're gonna always rock with you. We'll always show that love to you, bro.
Love listening to your show, man. Wish I could actually talk properly on here, but recording isn't my thing, or public speaking, which I'm trying to work on. But I love listening to y'all. I'll hit y'all up on Xbox whenever I get the chance, okay?
Appreciate that, Artie. Appreciate that, man. Hey, same here, man. We love the feedback as well, brother. Appreciate it. Shout out to you, man. Let's go to the queue.
I just joined, but based off the question, I would automatically just say, isn't it a preference? You know, you like who you like. Unless you're saying that there's a pressure to date white women, then that's something different, I suppose.
No, it wasn't a preference. It's more like a peer pressure, I would say. You know, the question is that, you know, people get mad when they do. And, you know, we don't understand why. And a lot of the thing is just communication. Just communication. Understanding that communication do rule the world. And if we talk about what we may feel is differences, we find out that, hey, we got more in common than we don't. We appreciate you, and we welcome you back tomorrow at 9 p.m. Central Time to have another conversation. We thank you for coming out and listening at the end. It means the world to us. Thank you. Styles, man, it's your time to take us out of here, bro. Hey, man, I love rocking with you tonight, man. What you got? Make sure y'all follow us, guys, on Stereo, man. Follow. We thank you. Styles is your mic is hot. Hold on, Styles. Hold on, Styles. We got one in the queue, bro. Hold on 1 second. Oh, my bad.
This was like the most loveliest conversation that I've had or heard on this Stereo app so far. Like, I've heard some wild things. I really enjoyed this conversation. I will be back tomorrow. You guys have a wonderful night.
Thank you so much, man. Hey, bro, I'm telling you, bro. Look, bro. I'm floored right now, man. Hey, bro, y'all made my night, man. I'm humbled. That's all I got. I'm humbled. Let's go back to the queue one more. Go again. I'm humbled.
Doesn't it matter, like, with your self-esteem, it doesn't matter who you date as long as you're happy with them, and it doesn't matter what the rest of the people think? I mean, personally, I don't see the problem with it. I'm a white woman. Well, actually, I'm yellow skinned, so I'm really not white, but I look that way. And I think people have a self-esteem issue with it. I think it's their problem, not the couple's problem or peer pressure. I think it's a self-esteem issue. I think that if a black man is interested in a white woman and it works between the two of them and their lives are compatible and they're working toward the same goals and the same ideals and they have the same interests and the same love in their hearts for their families and for each other, then, excuse my language, fuck the rest of the world. It's what they think of each other. It's not what the world has to think of them. And the hell with the peer pressure. The hell with it.
Absolutely. I agree 1,000%. I say 1,000,000,000%. Some people have your type of mindset where they understand who they are and what they are. So other people that can't push them off what they already are rooted and grounded themselves in. But some people are afraid to be their true self. And that's why we had the conversation tonight, to explore why people feel the way they feel and to get to a point where everybody understands what completes you, is what makes you happy. What's moved you, because you are the only one in that relationship. You are the only one who has to be happy other than your spouse. It doesn't matter what everybody else say. They don't love you the way that person gonna love you. As long as you live in your true self, being authentic to who you are, that's all that matters. As long as you find love, it doesn't matter what shade, what color, what size. All it matters is if somebody loves you in and out, through your good and your bad. Thank you. Styles, your mic is hot.
Shout out, May the poet. You know what I mean?
Hey,
coming in
appreciate
at the end, speaking some real on the behalf of the Caucasian people.
and we thank you so much. Please come back tomorrow, 9 p.m. Central Time. We have another banger comment. Hobbies, what's yours? How it affects you. So come back tomorrow, have a great conversation with us. Let's get some great dialogue. Hey man, and with that show, man, we're gonna turn up like we did tonight, man. And I thank everybody who already subscribed to that show. We're 100 people subscribed. Man, thank you so much, man. And it's so humbling to see that people really like what we do, man. So thank you, guys. And this time, for real, brother, Mike is hot for you. I'm off.
All right, look, going off that tomorrow's show, hobby, you know what I mean? What's yours? How it affects you? There's always a reason for the topic that we do, right? Again,
True.
We play in jest between the both of us. Like, we try to make light of some parts of the situation just because, again, this ain't Oprah, this ain't Dr. Phil. I'm not your fucking therapist, you know what I mean? That type of deal. So, and I personally believe if you want straight drama for 2 hours or an hour to 2 hours, we have a lot of TV shows for that type of bullshit right there. You know what I mean? So we try to be lighthearted with a real topic. You know what I mean? I'm going to spit some real shit, and I might try to over-exaggerate a little bit or play devil's advocate a lot. You know what I mean? That's my thing, because I can see a lot of things from both perspectives and a lot of topics. But it's always like some seriousness while playing, like trying to be playful. This one, towards the second half, I kind of laid off a little bit because, again, this was a topic near and dear to Coffee, aka Black Knight. You know what I mean? So I let him get his shit off his chest. Right? So tomorrow, right, episode hobby, what's yours and how it affects you. That's something that's real. You know how many people that don't have a hobby out here? And if you ask them, like, what's an activity you like to do for a piece, they're like, I really don't have any. Like, and they don't even know how to find one or you know what I mean? So that one I want to talk about tomorrow. What do y'all do outside of work or outside of school? What relaxes you as an actual hobby? What relaxes you? Do you paint? Do you draw? Do you just exercise a lot? Do you go run? Do you go in the park? Not only that, when you say what you actually do, what does it do for you? Is it a mental stimulation? Does it put your mind at ease? Is it just a physical relaxation that does it for you, and then you can kind of focus on other things? What does it do? I want to talk about that so people that's listening who have this issue of having a hobby can possibly find one. know what I mean? Like, oh, okay, maybe. I know a lot of people, like a lot of guys normally like either video games or exercise. Video games and exercise is normally like what dudes do. But I know people that kind of do like work as a hobby. Like, hey man, I like to do shit on the computer. Like that's almost like working games. Like yeah, but it relaxes me. You know what I mean? When I'm typing or doing whatever, so I'm like, all right, man, I can't rock with that one. But if it does something for you, then that's on you, right? So boom. That's tomorrow's episode. I think we got all this week's books and part of next week, so y'all can go on there and make sure y'all hit the bell for those for whatever interests you. I think we got the topics up for the rest of the week and part of next week, I believe, right? So I am your boy LA Styles, aka the LA Styles. That is Coffee, aka Black Knight 24, and I am LA Styles, the LA Styles on everything: Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, gaming. You can check me out. I got music on Spotify, Apple Music, whatever the case is. We also got a podcast out there on Spotify, Apple, well, on all platforms by the name of We Are the Initiated, and best believe that we are two parts of the Initiated. All right?
Yes, sir.
We do a bigger podcast with about five or six of us. Shout out the rest of the gang: KDG, Young Soldier, Ronisha02. Katie's Plaything is in here somewhere. You know what I mean? It's more than a few of us. Y'all can check those out. And again, I hope everybody stays safe, stay healthy with everything that's going on out here in the world. Again, we do this to get this dialogue going between not only genders but also races. We don't do this to hurt any particular individual, whether it's gender or race. This is just a conversation that we're trying to have, and we welcome everybody to the conversation so we can get that perspective from all perspectives. All right, that's the biggest part of how this works. The men, women, black, white, Asian, Latino, Hispanic, well, almost the same thing, but kind of not really. Native, whatever you are, to come to the table. American, non-American, whatever it is, come to the table so we can have this, and then we'll have some fun with it, play around a little bit, and hopefully somebody, or at least a couple people, come away from the conversation with a better understanding of whatever it is the topic was, right? I got a lot of insight today from a black woman, a minority woman, and at the end, shout out to May the Poet, from a Caucasian woman. Also got a couple perspectives from King, Knives, and Art. You know what I mean? About their personal experiences and why they are part of who they are. Part of who they are is their backstory, their life, and we get that on our show. You know what I mean? People feel free to come here and say, you know what I mean, or tell deep things about themselves that they probably wouldn't in other places. You know what I mean? I'm one of the ones I said my whole life story is up for debate. Always up for debate. I use my life experiences in a lot of our conversations. So I'm not telling you to feel free to do so, but you can always feel free to do so. You know what I mean? This is what this for, without no judgment. You know what I mean?
So true.
But again, make sure you check us out, follow us. Again, every time someone sends a message, we're gonna play that message before we leave out. So after I finish this, we're gonna play these messages. We're gonna get up out of here. You know what I mean? This has been a Monday. Damn, this is a strong conversation for a Monday call. You gotta relax, bro. You gotta bring the weekend, no pun intended, coming off the weekend. That's bars, you know what I mean? You gotta bring the weekend, you know what I mean, a little bit smoother than this, man. You can't be having this type of serious shit, man. This is like a Thursday or some shit, man. What the fuck you doing out here?
Man, look, man, hey, bro. I knew this was gonna be like this, man, and I appreciate it. I'm Black Knight 24 across all my social media accounts. Make sure you drop me a follow, and if you want to do a show with me, I'm usually off Saturday, but Sunday I'm on, and during the week, I'll say around from about 5 to 7 or 5 to 8, I can do a show. I'm willing to get down and converse and learn different things from you guys. And let's go to the queue, and then we're going to be out, man. I'm humbled.
Okay, so you just played my comment, so I'll run it down. My name says it all. I write poetry. I've been writing for, I say more than 15 years. I could do with any 3 words. You hear me all over stereo. I've written poetry for people on stereo. I've been in groups on stereo posting stuff. Ebenezer Scrooge is very familiar, if you know who he is very familiar with my work, and you could ask him about that. He's read a couple of things I've written. I write it on my free time. I write it every chance I get. That's why I kept the name, made the poet name. I spend a lot of time with the muse in my head, listening to hard rock music, which is my thing, and I hear something completely different when I'm listening to music, and I just look at a blank screen on my iPhone and I just start typing, and whatever comes out of me, and when it's done, it's done. And that's what I do on my off time. I write poetry. I write down things every time I see something. It expires.
She got another one. Hold on.
It inspires me. Sorry, I got cut off. I got tongue-tied. But anyway, yeah, I write. And that's something that takes great grace and great persistence. And people who read my stuff, it either affects them or it doesn't. Ebenezer Screw says I should be published. I've had a couple people tell me the same thing. I've sent them things in I'm on Instagram that just make people think. And it's just, for me, inspiring to be able to sit down and write and be able to do it well and get a message across. And if I touch your heart or it's something you want to keep or you want to save to yourself or hold on to, be my guest. I mean, I'm more than pleased to have it done. But yeah, I started with any 3 words. I can do any 6. I can take an issue and spin it in a different way so people's eyes are open, wide open, and it inspires me to write. So that's what I do. That's why my name is May the Poet, and now you know it.
Hey, May the Poet, can you follow me on Instagram so I can follow you back and follow your work? Hey, man, shout out to May the Poet. Keep doing your thing. Keep inspiring people with your gift. And, man, we appreciate it, man. Let's go to the queue.
You boys have a good evening. Stay blessed. Stay humble as you always going to be. And until next time, tu tienes a comer culo.
Hola.
Sup, LA? I'm just coming in. I'm just reading the title. I'm not sure if you guys are still talking about it, but if you are, yeah, I think it's layered. I think there can just be mutual attraction where it's just like, you know, they click and they find somebody that they really like and love. And then I also think it's a show of trying to achieve kind of like what the white man has, or like a show of social status. And then also because the standard of beauty is basically a white woman, they feel like they have to have a white girl to really be an extension of their success.
Man, I'm gonna go ahead and let you address Paul the Thinker, because I'm not here to Paul the Thinker. He only knows LA Styles. I'm just joking, Paul the Thinker. Go ahead, Styles.
We're gonna pause and think. Yeah, man, you came at the end. Actually, you came like over the end. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's what. Shout out to May. You know what I mean? She has some words to say about that. Hopefully, again, with everything that was put out, everybody got some type of understanding from it. I mean, I don't think nobody said anything that was probably out of order or bogus. You know what I mean? We kind of all was had different experiences, but came to the kind of like the same conclusion that, you know what I mean, that there's nothing wrong with it. So shout out everybody that today. That was Pause and Think. Make sure y'all check out Pause and Think. He does way more shows than we do. You know what I mean? I'd be seeing him at the morning. I'd be at work. He'd be in the morning, the afternoons. I'm like, oh my God. You know what I mean? He just don't stop. But he's very articulate. He's very intelligent. Y'all make sure to check out Pause and Think and everything that he does. You know what I mean? Shout out Pause and Think at the end. We got one more message, and we're going to get up out of here. So again, everybody stay safe. Everybody stay healthy. I hope everybody in your circle, your family, immediate family, friends, associates, stay safe, stay healthy with everything that's going on out here. And we will catch you guys tomorrow, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Man, shout out to Paul the Thinker, man. I was just joking, man. Appreciate your comments, and definitely your comment about it being definitely layered. Definitely, it's very layered. And we might revisit this and have a part 2. And, you know, have a twist on the topic or whatever like this, so we never know what's going to happen. But it's definitely layered.
Sorry, Black Knight 24. My bad. That was rude. What's up? Sorry.
Paul, I'm just joking, bro. I ain't mean nothing by it. That just might come. I know you didn't mean nothing rude about it, bro. Man, it's been a great show, man. Shout out to Paul, the thinker. Paul's the thinker, and guys, we out tonight. Like LA Styles said, we'll be back here tomorrow at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, man. Show up and show out with us. I am Black Knight 24, and that is LA Styles, man. I'm out. Peace.
Later.